Hello and welcome to the Cottisford 5K organised by Oldchester Running Clubs, part of the Oxfordshire Road Race Grand Prix Championship. And I'm your commentator, so hope you don't mind too much. And we are around about 50 metres from the finish line at the end of the race, so these runners coming in are obviously finishing, and here comes the first runner. That was Simon Coombs, vet 40 from Leighton Buzzard Athletics. And here comes James Bolton, now the current leader of the Oxfordshire Road Race Championship. There he's coming in, and the winning time was a 15:40. James's time was a 15:51, and this race also hosts the 5K Oxfordshire 5K Championship. So James Bolton basically winning all of that, the Oxfordshire Road Race Championship race, the Grand Prix race, the Oxfordshire Championships, and the Vet 40 prize, I believe, in those. And the third place runner is a guy called Jordan Clay. He's also from Leighton Buzzard Athletics Club as well. They've got quite a few runners here. It must be part of their championship, and I believe they won the team event. They brought a very strong team here. So here's the first pack. We've got the fourth place man coming in here. That's Peter Mackerel.
Go on, Richard.
But here comes Richard Gould in 7th place, first back home for Oldchester Running Club in a personal best time there of 16:54. But like, here comes Andy Stickley now, another, and he's in a burn up with Tony Locke. Now that's one hell of a runner to have a burn up with. There's Robert Story, the current road race Grand Prix road race champion, the reigning champion at the moment. And now here come the girls. Here comes Diane Moore leading the women's race, closely followed by Sophie Carter. It was a pretty close race between those two. There's Davy Cantwell. Now here comes, we're going to get back to some of the times in a minute. There's John Attio. He looks to the left and he sees himself getting mugged by two runners. That's 50 metres before the line. Andrew Rolt there, Aylesbury Vale. And here comes Kevin Game. Kevin Game sporting one of those big beatneck beards there, and followed by Richard Skilbeck. So pretty close race between those two. And those gaps can close right up going into the final 50 metres. Here's Andy Phelps coming in now. Real club runner there, running for a long time, and he's really sprinting in, that guy there. So I'm going to get back to some of the times. We had Diane Moore there. She crossed the line first in the women's race, 17:25. And there's Richard Gould. He's off. He's going now. He's going because his son's in the race. Tom Gould. There's Brian Vaughan, the first vet 60, followed by Ian Lamborn. There's Tom Gould. Richard Gould, his dad there, who got a personal best of, like I say, a 16:54. He quickly came running back down the course there to cheer his son in, and his son's under 15 years old. The junior racer there, really amazing time there. There goes Adrian Weeks, 19 flat, and the blonde bombshell Sam Usher coming in there. So we're going to get back to some of these other runners. Sarah Randall run a good race. Probably on a little bit of a comeback herself, but she did very well. Had a really good cross-country season, finishing second in her age category there. I'm not going to say what that is. She looks way too young for it. And there's Alan Roberts, the chairman of Aylesbury Vale. We saw Andrew Rolt up ahead, his first runner. Now listen to this.
Come on!
Whoa, Freddie stopped there. Gives a big battle cry as he crosses the line in under 20 minutes. And John Burgess, second vet 60. Brian Vaughan was the first vet 60. Like I say, I'm going to get back to you with a few more details about some of the runners we've already seen, but I just need time to take a breath, really. So we've got a little bit of a gap here, so we can get back to the women's race. Diana Moore 17.25 with Sophie Carter just 2 seconds behind her. Now here comes another one of these beards. Look at that. Beatnik beards. Do they make you go faster or do they slow you down? I don't know. Anyway, so just 2 seconds in it between Diana Moore and Sophie Carter. Sophie Carter had taken part in the Town and Gown 2 days previous to this race and won the women's race there on the Sunday in a time of 36:30 something. A very good time. Whether she still had that in the legs, I don't know. Sometimes you can carry some momentum from a race like that and go even quicker. So hopefully, and here comes Claire Court. Well done, Claire. She said she looked at the camera as she went past. She thought it was a GoPro. Good strong finish there from Claire Court. 21.02 from Claire. We'll get back to you. We've got a lot to talk about with these runners coming in. We've seen Jess Webb come in. Actually, she was third. She was also in the Town and Gown. Lots of runners did that Town and Gown 10k, raises money for muscular dystrophy in Oxford on the Sunday. That's it, Adrian there from Brackley and District. Lots of Brackley and District runners here. And there's Ian Lambourne walking back down the course there, cooling down probably. He's from Vale of the White Horse runners and going to cheer a few of his club mates in, or people he knows, or just cooling off, one or the other. But here's another Brackley and District runner. Like I say, they organise a race called the Chicken Run, which is a really good run. It's in June, I think the second week of June. Get yourself registered for that run. Fantastic run. The Brackley 10k there, or the Chicken Run as they call it, the F1 Chicken Run. And here comes Livy Underhill, Oliver Underhill. I've called her Oliver in the past, which hopefully I've just made up for that now. Olivia Underhill. And Olivia Underhill, she did that in 22:26. That was her time there. So what I'm going to do now is just talk about a few of the runners that have already come in. Tom Gould, like I say, he's under 15 and he did that in 18 minutes 43 as Richard Gould's son, so we'll chip off the old block there. And yeah. Going on about my bad back there. Yeah, there's quite a few of us out at the moment. I was out of this race. A few of us would have taken part if it wasn't for injury. That's me, Jenny McBain, who's injured from Oldchester Running Club, a calf muscle injury, and of course the Headington Zebra, Kenny Lowes. I mean, he's not injured, he's had a hernia operation, but he's currently recovering from that. Otherwise we'd have all been in this race. And a little bit frustrating for us all because the conditions are perfect for personal bests. Lots of runners putting in personal bests. Alan Roberts got a time of 19:30, by the way, and now Freddie stopped, you see. His first, like I say, he gave that big battle cry as he crossed the line, and the reason for that is because he was crossing the line for the first time in under 20 minutes in a 5k, and there's a clock on the finish line, and he would have seen that clock telling him that he was going to go under 20 minutes. He did a 19:38, so he was absolutely buzzing from that. And there is the Leighton Buzzard Athletics there. There's a whole group. Look at them in formation, cooling their jets there, like an aerobatic team or something. But they turned up and they put in a really strong performance, those guys, and there they all are, cooling down in formation. So Adrian Weeks, he said he'll take his time. That was 19 minutes, obviously not his fastest. He's coming back from an injury, but he said he'll take that. He's quite happy with the comeback, taking it nice and steady. There's still plenty of the summer season ahead, so get up to speed for some of the races next month. That includes the Tame CPM, of course, which is also the next race in this championship. Get yourself registered, get signed up for that. Usually pretty hot weather, but it is a fast flat course. Unfortunately, the old batteries were running a bit low on the camera here, so apologies to some of the runners that didn't get in the footage, as it were, because of the batteries. I blame the batteries. But we'll just say Hannah Makins was the final runner in. She made sure everybody else got in safely. Got a big cheer from Fiona Warland, Gary Warland's other half. Gary Warland, of course, is the club, Alchester Running Club's chairman, and helped very integral in organising this race. There's a hell of a lot of work has to go into this. So big thanks to everyone that helped organise it and marshal and take part in it. If it's not for the runners, it wouldn't happen. So mainly club runners, like I say, it's all part of this Oxfordshire Grand Prix Championship. 14 races through the season. The final one is right at the end of the year. Oh, October, November, I think, is the Encham 10K. Another very fast race. And Tony Locke there, it's not a personal best. See, Tony Locke, some of these guys in their day, I mean, that includes Brian Vaughan, who did in 1842 the first Vet 60. I mean, in their day, they were the fastest in the county, you know, former champions, etc. And Brian Vaughan was telling me that even though he's in his 60s now, he still, when he starts these races, his brain still tells him his thought process regarding going about a race is still like a young man. It's still, you know, I can do this in the times I used to do it. He knows that he can't, but some DNA, something deep down is saying you can still get round in whatever crazy time he used to do. But the body, the legs, this is his words, they tell him no, you're going to get around in 1842. But still one hell of a fast time there, you know. And a big thanks to the farmer here, Peter Reimer, for letting us use his facilities, of course, for the car parking and the race. Very quiet roads round here. The race hardly disturbed by traffic this evening. And here comes a Whitney runner going for his, that's it, he's going for a PB. Let's hope he got it. So a big thanks there to Peter Reimer. This is the third year that we've run this race successfully. First year it was horrendous conditions, absolutely hammering it down with rain, cold. So, you know, anyone that's taken part in it since then for the first time has usually slammed in a PB for the course.
Well done. Brilliant. Nearly done.
Okay, well, that's it. Thanks very much for watching and taking part. If you took part, or if you didn't take part, get yourself signed up when the registration opens for next year. Well worth it. And, well, hopefully us injured guys will be back running again soon, and we'll see you all in the next race. Bye now.